Go into the direct pay request. Okay, so in P2P, it's going to explain in every form what to use this form for and what not to use it for. So it'll explain right here, we're not doing any of these following items. So we're obviously not doing a hospitality, IT, goods or services provided by an individual who is self-employed, guest speaker, or guest lecturer. That would be an independent contractor request, or not doing a capital project or public works. So we know that we're doing the correct form. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Are you still having problems over there?
Yeah, I have to save it to a folder and box before I can upload it. Okay. Okay. Now let me try it.
There we go.
Okay, got it.
If you guys want to open that link on your end so you can see the document that I'm doing as we go. Just let us know if you're having trouble opening that link. Everybody good? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Martha. Okay, so now I'm going to select my supplier. This one is Pacific. Oh, Pacific Bell. Okay, so this supplier has shown up and it's selected, so I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Adriana, I'm doing one of yours. I think you're on the call. Okay, so now it's going to show me a list of options that I can select from. We'll go into this discussion a little bit later after we complete the form. So this is a telephone charge, a monthly invoice. So I'm going to select utilities telecommunication. And then I'm going to select the invoice date. I'm going to move you guys over here. So the invoice date, let me move it over here. Julie, if you can annotate this for me right here. So it's this date right here, the 4/17. Thank you, Julie. Whoop. Let me stop annotating. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to put 4/17/24. And then I need the invoice number. Julie, can you annotate that invoice number for me? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and input that invoice number. Sorry, it keeps taking my mouse away. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste that number. Okay. Okay, and then now I need to upload the file. Okay, and then I'm going to choose the file. It was in my downloads. So I'm going to attach it here and then hit save. So I know for some of you on the call, we've been showing you to attach documents in the attachments section. Direct pays are a little bit different. Anything that has a star is a required field, so it is making you attach the invoice in this section. So we do have to attach it here. So I'm going to go ahead and I have to attach it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And then I'm going to go ahead and enter my cost details. So this one has a credit. So my current charges are $670.61. Go ahead and make this a lot. And it's already populating my commodity code here. So I'm going to save it. And then I have to put a description. So I'm going to put monthly charges. And I'm going to put the dates. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna add and go to cart. Add something else in my cart. Sorry guys, let me get this out of my cart. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put my cart name in. We'll just say this is for procurement. For March 24. Okay, and then I'm going to proceed to checkout. Julie, can you erase these or I have to erase them?
I think you have to erase them.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry, that's bothering me. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then now I'm just gonna input my chart field strings. Sorry, right here. And then when it drops down, you have to select it when it drops down. Okay, the account already auto-populated based off my commodity codes. And save. Okay, you can add it in the attachments tab again here. So I'm going to add internal attachment. And then I'm going to browse. It is easier to view the attachments when you add it in the attachments tab. I did have to add it in that field in the previous section because it wouldn't let me move forward if I didn't attach it there because it was a required field. Okay, so the attachment is added there. So I'm going to go back to the summary page. Okay, so I have no errors here, and the submit request button is in red, so I am able to submit this request. So it is showing the workflow on this different pull down here. So it's going to go to DOA approval. I use the procurement chart field strings. So it is going to go to Marina or Stefan. One of them has to approve it. And then the workflow will finish. So that is basically how a direct pay, the actual form, works in P2P. And then accounting would have to, or I'm sorry, accounts payable would have to pay the invoice. So that's how the actual form works in P2P. Do you have any questions in the chat, Julie?
No, I don't see any questions in the chat.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm done with the actual form. Does anybody have any questions so far on how it works in P2P before I move into the discussion about the differences on direct pays?
I have a question.
Sure.
Sorry, I kind of have a lot, so it might be easier to talk instead of type.
No,
So
it's fine.
I just got access to P2P yesterday. I'm an accountant, and it's just because we need to use direct pays to basically pay like campus, pay the foundation, like one check at the end of the month, like for all the intercompany payable transactions. So I was curious, does this also what we use if we're doing a wire and not physically cutting a check, like a direct pay wire? Is this just for direct pay checks, or is this everything?
Becky, so wires also go through P2P. If I'm not mistaken, that would be an ACH payment, correct?
No, they're different. We consider those different. I don't know what the users think, but who is being paid?
So sometimes, what we have is called the due to, due from, and basically,
Okay, that's different. Yeah,
okay. So I was sorry, just to clarify, my understanding is that I was just given access to P2P yesterday because we're now doing direct pays through P2P. So this is where I'm going to go now to initiate direct pay, whether it be cutting a check to the unit, or sometimes we wire it to the bank account and sometimes we cut a check. It just depends on the dollar amount. So I just wanted to make sure this is what I'm supposed to be using.
Let me talk to Tina, and I'll email you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Just to make sure we're doing the right thing.
Okay. And then sorry, I just got access yesterday. Where are you actually logging into this, like your system that you're in? I don't even know I couldn't see it on our, like our staff and faculty page. Sorry.
Sure. Let me take you. Julie does it a little differently. What screen are you seeing? Are you seeing faculty and staff, or are you seeing my PDF? Oh, you're seeing my PDF.
I'm seeing, yeah.
Let me stop sharing. I need to reshare my screen one. Okay, are you seeing screen one? Okay.
Yes.
So faculty and staff, and then it's this here, P2P CSU by.
Oh, thank you. I didn't see
And
that
when you
earlier.
click on it, it takes you right to P2P. And then you would scroll down, and then it's the direct pay request.
Thank you so much.
I believe Julie just goes on her web browser and clicks in CSU, or just types in Google P2 or CSUB P2P, correct?
Yes.
So I think she just does CSUB P2P.
Yes.
And then you go here. I think you go here. And then she just clicks the link at the top. So she does it a little bit differently, but same result.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions, Trista?
I think that's it for now. Just making sure this is the right way to do it, and then if it is, I'll learn.
Sure.
I have a question. Sorry,
Monica. Yeah.
No, Nicole. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Nicole. Sorry.
If we were to start a direct pay, and then for some reason we don't need it after all, how do we delete that? If we've added it to like the cart, is there a way to delete the once we've started?
Yeah. Let me just do a generic one. So I'm just copying someone's requisition to a cart, just to show you. So let me go in a shopping persona. So I just randomly pulled someone's cart, and hopefully it's not super long. Or is it all supplies and services? Oh, that's Amazon. Let me go to a different one. Let me go to a different one, and I'll show you how to do it.
And so are you deleting from the cart, or are you deleting after you push the rec through for approval?
Yeah.
Nicole?
Just from the cart, like yesterday or a couple days ago, I was playing around trying to like just see if I could figure out a direct pay, and so now I need to delete it because it was just like a test one.
Oh, okay. So you would go into My Carts and Orders, because it's like here, right? Like you have it up here. Do you want to share your screen?
I don't have, it was a few days ago, so let me, I'm not even logged in right now to it.
So if it's in your screen, if it's up here and it's like still in your cart, it should still show here in your cart. So there's a couple different ways. You could either go here and you can hit the trash buckets, and that would delete the lines individually. Or you can go to My Carts and Orders, view My Carts. This shows your active cart here, which is showing you what's here. This is showing you what's active. Then you can just go here and delete it. But if
Okay,
you,
yeah, I was able just to click the little cart and do the little X's. So that seemed to work.
yeah, that would be the longer way of like deleting each individual line. But if you go into My Carts and Orders and view your active cart, that would just delete the entire cart all at once.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is the deliver to location now that I'm looking at my shopping cart? What does that mean?
So your deliver to location is, say you're actually ordering like stuff from Amazon, your deliver to location is where you want receiving to deliver it to. So
Is that required?
Yeah, if you're doing a direct pay, you have to put a deliver to location, even though there's not actually deliverables, you have to put a deliver to location. So just put your actual where you always get stuff delivered to, even though nothing's being delivered. It won't let you proceed unless you do a deliver to. Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Okay.
If you always have the same deliver to location, you can set that. So you can go into custom field and accounting codes, and you can set a deliver to location. So you can like create a new value, look for like you can type it in the description, and then like once you do it, you can set it here, and then you would have to click this default button and save it. And then once you do that, then your deliver to would always show up. But if you're ordering for multiple people and there's different deliver to locations, then I wouldn't set a default deliver to location.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions on direct pays before I go into my little spiel? Okay. So Julie, do you mind putting the link to the transitioning to P2P, a comprehensive guide in the
Sure.
chat?
Oops. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so direct pays in the past have been done differently than they will be done now because of P2P. So direct pays in the past, like for example, I know like you guys have had a DJ come on campus and you've gotten an invoice and you've submitted that via direct pay. P2P will change that. So Julie just put in the chat P2P, a comprehensive guide. I believe it starts on page 9. And let me bring that up to share with you guys. So anything that is a service really needs to be done beforehand on a goods and services request and not on a direct pay. This is because this needs to go through procurement. There's a lot of things that procurement does that you guys don't know about. We have to check to make sure that vendors that are coming on campus, that they have insurance on file, that they have a liability waiver if we're not getting insurance, that they are, if they're a caterer, that they have insurance and a health permit. So there are a lot of things that procurement does on the back end that you guys don't know about. So P2P, we are really making sure that direct pays, that we're not doing things after the fact. P2P also, direct pays are only going to be for suppliers. So if someone is staff, faculty, or a student, that is still going to go through the direct pay that's on the forms gateway. So if you're doing a payment for another staff member at another CSU, that is going to be the direct pay that's on the forms gateway. So on this transitioning to P2P, a comprehensive guide, this direct pay should really only be for like utility payments, like these categories. So that direct pay other should very much be a rare occurrence. So when you're submitting stuff, it may get kicked back on that direct pay because we're really changing the way that we are doing direct pays. Those services need to be on a goods and services form before the event actually happens. So they should really only be submitted for these things that are reoccurring invoices that happen. So memberships, utility payments, royalty payments, permits and licenses, things like that. Okay. Becky, I'm kind of glad you're on the call. I know we probably have questions, so any questions on that? Happy to answer. Or Becky, if you have anything you want to add. Or Julie.
I was just going to say, in the past, people have procured services or bought things, and then after the fact, they want to pay for them, and they would use a direct pay, and a direct pay can no longer be used for that. There's a form called, what is the screen? Let me look on the screen. Something about unauthorized.
Yes, I'll show.
Okay. And that has to go through a vice president because all expenses need to be their payment for unauthorized purchase.
This one right here.
Yeah. Because everything needs to be pre-approved.
Looks like
Valerie.
Valerie had hand up.